If you guys knew what my day had been like today, oh boy, I will do a video on it one day.
This is a chapter in the autobiography.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to start this video by saying thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon.
The autobiography, Sam.
Thank you so much. Your financial support means so much to us that I really just can't overstate that enough. It is such a gift, and we really appreciate you being here. And we used to take our patrons for granted, and we didn't do Sam content, but now...
We have never taken them for granted. Sometimes Banksy. I get on my little knees every day, and I send thank yous out to the patrons.
I feel like I could start crying right now about how grateful I am, so we have to start reading Sam.
Is someone feeling the tugs of financial insecurity? Details pending with our best friends.
Oh, this is a short one.
Well,
Is that one for you?
that works for me, yeah.
Chapter 6. I was one of 6 single adult representatives in the ward. One Sunday, we asked to meet with all the single adults after Sunday school. We asked them what suggestions they had for the single adult program. A sister began. The priesthood leaders think of the single adult program as just a way to get us all married off, a church dating bureau. And I don't care about your dances either, another lady said. Wow, this is feeling familiar.
Yeah, they're...
I've got a daughter at home who sees me only 3 hours a day because of my work, and I'm not leaving her just to sit in the corner and drink Kool-Aid. Yeah, valid. When I
thought they were all about drinking the Kool-Aid.
I know. When I go to some of the dances, a young adult sister added, I feel like I'm being graded like a pot roast in a meat market. These are all very valid comments.
And Jack is getting on the people's level. He's explaining what the hardship of being in the YSA. Well, it is funny how they call the single adult dances.
Yeah, not the young
sad.
Single adult. This isn't YSA, this is sad.
This is just sad.
No, it's SAR.
That's right.
Oh, wait, yeah, single.
Adult dances.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, I bet it feels even worse as, well, obviously we've only been in young single adults, but the older one, even in YSA, there was that feeling of like, you had to just like act like you were there to just have fun, but it's like everyone knows you're just there to, you know, I mean, there is like some degree of friend connection, but I could imagine it would be very high pressure, and you would definitely feel, especially the women in the 80s would definitely feel like they were being graded.
Yep. On the puffiness of their sleeves.
I'm not at all interested in marriage, a middle-aged widower said, but if we could have a service project where we actually helped people, then I could get interested in that. Yes. We talked about several possible service projects. Why don't we be clowns and visit the kids in the hospital? For some reason, the idea caught fire. Before we closed, we had 3 committees organised with a follow-up meeting set for the next week.
Go terrify a bunch of sick children.
We're all equipped to do, like, clown entertainment in a hospital.
What's up with him and clowns?
Has he mentioned clowns before?
Wasn't that who was handing out balloons at the last thing? Or is that a fake memory of
Historically,
mine?
he's had beef with clowns.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a balloon guy, though. Maybe he wasn't a clown.
I assume. I don't know. Is there anyone else handing out balloons? Who likes clowns? This is like in Stephen King's era of It, right? Didn't he write that in the 80s? Aren't children...
Seems like clowns were just a big deal in general back then. Because, like, nobody does clowns they're just... Clowns are over. No one does them at birthday parties. No one...
I am a clown.
You're not a clown. Within 2 weeks, we began working on costumes. We found Speaking of costumes, if you guys have not watched my story highlight on my Instagram titled Lobster of my boyfriend Jared making a lobster costume at the weekend, make yourself a cup of tea, get a snack, and sit down and watch it from start to finish, and then report back and tell me your life didn't get two times better.
It's pretty good.
It's very special. We found a retired clown and asked him to meet with us and teach us.
So they're going
all in. They're like, we're going to train to become clowns. That's how we can be the most effective service members.
Okay, how did they find a retired clown? I mean, I think it might be easy to, in the past to find Yellow Pages and go to clown. But, like, where's the retired clowns guild that you're getting to show? Someone who used to be a clown but gave it up for Jesus, for God?
Isn't it so funny that they were like, we need to do a service project, so we need to help people. Kids in the hospital. We spend time training to become clowns.
They're filling hospital.
I feel like surely, I mean, you got to think a little bit about effectiveness. Like, where are your efforts going to be the most?
We want to make a difference in the world. Let's freak out some children.
Just such a strange use of time.
Yeah.
Sister Hilton became the master of ceremonies, while I, with banjo, became Wilbur, an overconfident, abrasive clown. Even John and Shirley worked out a routine together. Oh, they're still in the book.
He is a clown with a banjo. It's nice to see him fulfilling the role.
Wait, why was I thinking that John and Shirley were from... No, they're from South Dakota. I'm thinking of a different couple. After rehearsing for a month. They could have been cleaning up trash in the river for that whole time.
Wow.
We tried out our act at a ward party and received enough laughs to encourage us to continue.
This isn't even about the kids anymore. They're like, we got a good show. We're performing it for parties. We're taking this on the road.
We're doing Cirque du Soleil, so help us. We made arrangements to visit the children's ward of a hospital once a week. I can't say what our visits did for the kids there. At least most of them laughed. But I know what they did for us. We would never be the same again. For we were clowns now.
You can't go back. Everyone in the clown community knows you don't turn your back on clowns.
Don't turn your back on your clown bros. We learned to love them, and loving them helped us forget our own problems.
So
That's
the real service
great.
project was for us the whole time.
Clowns.
He's clowning us, right?
I
feel like a clown. Jack is writing this with a red ball on his nose, typing
like
away.
something I've always wanted to do. Train as a clown. Cheer up the kids in the hospital.
Preach to the
make a
Lamanites, fat shame, and be a clown.
One evening in March, Shirley invited me to talk with her. Is Shirley the one from the last episode who went on the weight loss journey?
Surely you must be remembering incorrectly. I don't know.
Shirley is the one who is losing weight.
That
And John is the home teacher. Yeah, sorry, I'm so bad.
That John.
The mean one.
They got him to be a clown? These people really had nothing going on.
John took me skiing yesterday, she said. How was the snow? Good, 3 inches of new powder. Adam, don't turn on the TV, I warned. How many times did you go down the run? Once? Adam had, of course, turned on the TV.
Is that the first time he's addressed his child in this book?
I believe
Was there
so.
any dialogue when he just took him out of the chair and threw him in a car and was like, bye, fend for yourself?
But they are at Shirley's house, and Adam is there causing havoc. We would have gone more, she smiled. But on top of the hill, the first time, he asked me to marry him. John, who fat-shamed Shirley, then asked her to marry him because she got thin, and she said yes to that man?
Oh, he's like...
The minute she gains weight...
Finally someone who will just, like, buy his bullshit, who's like,
Oh
you're
God.
right, you've made me feel worse than you must be, so I guess we can be in love.
That's so bad.
Taking out his low self-esteem issues on her.
After we got to the bottom, we wanted to talk, so we went inside the lodge and drank hot chocolate the rest of the afternoon. He let you drink hot chocolate? I'm surprised.
He's getting you hopped up on caffeine. Don't listen to him.
What did you tell him?
The rest of the afternoon, that's a lot of hot chocolate.
I said I had to talk to my home teacher first.
I have to talk to my home teacher.
But John is your home teacher, right? Or did John just go out with...
No, he was just dragging him along.
Got it, okay.
Oh.
I cannot believe she's marrying that douchebag.
Is she gonna?
That's me, I said. Yes, what do you think? Oh, before you say, John has a message for you. He says if you tell me not to marry him, he'll break both your legs. Love that guy. Macho, real macho. Ask him if he wants to play any more racquetball. He also said to tell you that he loves me very much. John said that, I asked. He actually used the word love. He can be very tender. You're kidding. So what do you think? Shirley, why are you asking me? You're a big girl now. Emotionally, that is. I'm asking you so you have a part in it.
He's just digging at her.
Just a little dig.
Oh my god.
Marry him. He'll make a good husband and a terrific father. Based on
what?
In fact, I may mail my son to you both. He's into the terrible twos now. Yesterday he took off his shirt and coated his body with peanut butter. She laughed. What did you do? I got 2 pieces of bread and threatened to make a sandwich out of him.
Again, not a single positive sentence about his child in 2 whole books.
No, there was that one time where he said that Adam was like so cute when he eats ice cream. So You're dead wrong.
Okay, yeah.
I hugged her and wished her well. Do you have any advice for us? She asked. Advice? Oh, sure. There were these 2 frogs, and they both got caught in this bucket of cream. Jack's making a lot of attempts at humour this book. John and Shirley were married in the temple in May. I was with them when they were sealed together as husband and wife for time and eternity. What is this word? They were dry-eyed.
It was dry hyphen. I was
sorry.
like, they're dry humping!
I'm such an idiot. I was like, what's dry-eyed? Because I was thinking it was like an end of the thing.
Oh, I see.
Hyphen. They were dry-eyed, but I wasn't. Our clown project took off in the late spring.
Really? Things are peaking in my life.
Well, now we've solved the fat girl. We can get on to the real
clowning.
work. The clowning. Suddenly, we were in demand. We asked Sister Hilton to be our booking agent, and she kept busy juggling the calendar to accommodate the requests for us to appear at ward parties and service
Well,
clubs.
at least now we know we got a juggler!
After one of our performances, she made a presentation of her palm tree to the children's wing of the hospital. What's a presentation of her palm tree? She just, like, brought her tree along?
Yeah, that one that she kind of hated.
Right, cool. Yeah, kids love stuff like that. To tell you the truth, she said to me afterwards, I don't even have time to water it anymore. I continued to home teach Paul.
So she's just like, the hospital will take care of this. They've got nothing else going on.
I continued.
This is like the worst Patch Adams ever.
I'm
like,
upset.
everyone's just so mad.
I'm excited that this is going to be a short chapter. I continued to home teach Paul, our mild-mannered graduate student. All through February and March, he had studied for a written exam over coursework. He passed it, and then the next hurdle was an oral exam over coursework and then research. He kept busy, so when we visited him, we didn't stay long. About the only thing I did for Joan was to babysit for her once a week so she could bowl with some friends from work. In June, John, Shirley, and I launched our boat for the first time. It floated. That's always good news for a boat. Are we supposed to know about some boat that they've been working on together?
I think they were talking about model boats, remember? And I was like, no, I'm a train guy.
Okay. In late June, they said they were going to Yellowstone Park for a few days vacation. Come along with us, Sam, Shirley said. Sure, I smiled. That's just what newlyweds need. A home teacher along with them. Well, it's what you need. You need to get away.
Oh, they're going to all leave the church and become a little polycule.
Can you imagine? I'm getting along fine. Yes, but you're stale. Come on, it'll be fun to have you along. Or is John and your relationship stale? What about nights? You get a tent and we'll get a tent. It's a dumb idea, Shirley. No, it isn't. You're part of our family, so come along. He'll come, John said emphatically. We'll be leaving Monday, so be ready.
I thought I would never be more upset at a fake couple getting together than Charlie getting together with Sam. But these two getting together is really discouraging.
Upsetting. Yeah. Adam and I went with them. On the way, as John drove, I sat in the back seat with Adam and went through all my banjo songs. Every 2 hours I offered to drive, but John was never tired. John never gets tired driving. He told us some hunting stories that were impossible to believe.
What's his deal with John? Why does he look up to John so much?
Also, this next sentence is a red flag. John can make a simple thing like walking into the woods and shooting a deer, just a simple thing, seem like an epic adventure. Is it because he's a compulsive liar / narcissist?
Just malignant, violent. Not that everybody who hunts is a malignant, violent psychopath, but...
But John is.
I'm just saying most of the psychopaths who end up becoming serial killers also enjoy killing animals. I'm just saying that.
It doesn't surprise me at all that John tells stories that are impossible to believe, you know? It's like, yeah, he's a compulsive liar. He has that personality.
Yeah, and that's why he's always putting people down.
Exactly. By late afternoon, we were in the park and found a camping site.
And Sam, who just has nothing going for him, is like, yeah, John's awesome.
Yeah, love that guy. I had a new tent and had trouble setting it up, so I just looked inept until John came over and put it up for me. I knew he would. Around him, I practiced what could be called studied incompetence. If you played your cards wrong, John would do everything. Yeah, I bet John gets a real rise out of, like, feeling like someone else is an idiot and he gets to tell them what to do.
I know my brain is broken, but this sounds like a pickup artist, but like in the reverse, and the like, how to attract the most toxic person in your life. Just play dumb for him at all chances. Buy into, like, what the hell is going on? Why is Sam doing this? Why is he feigning?
John told Shirley she was worthless and that she should be disgusted with herself. After supper, we had a bonfire and roasted marshmallows. Adam loved them, especially ones that caught fire and turned black. Those are carcinogenic, but we'll move on. Then it was night, and John took a trip while Shirley and I talked. Then John returned, and Shirley made the same trip. So, they went to the bathroom, but he doesn't want to say that. When she returned, we all gazed into the embers of the fire while John told stories about grizzly bears ripping the arms off campers. Then he announced he was going to bed. John left. A minute later, I'm surprised that Shirley didn't leave with him. That seems kind of sketch.
Yeah.
A minute later, Shirley yawned and said, I think I might go to bed now too, if that's all right. Oh, sure, I smiled. It was a long trip and I'll bet you're tired. You'll be okay here? She asked. I'll be okay. You go ahead. I smiled at her and she smiled back. Good night, Sam. Good night, Shirley. Shirl! John called out, a little impatient. You coming to bed or not? She left quickly. That's a good sign.
So submissive.
I sat by the fire with Adam asleep in my lap and looked at the dying embers. I was alone and John and Shirley were together. As much as we cared about each other, I would always be on the outside of their closeness. I could make it alone if I had to. It might not be the way I wanted, but I could make it alone. I had my friends, the other clowns. Nothing brings people together like becoming clowns.
Oh,
I
Sam,
loved the single
ringmaster
adults.
of my heart.
That's the episode title. I put Adam in his sleeping bag and then decided to take a little walk down by the shore of Yellowstone Lake. So you've left your child in the tent alone?
A circus tent, presumably.
And there's a trapeze inside. He comes back, Adam's swinging on it.
Oh, yeah.
As I stood there, I started to talk to Charlie very softly. Charlie, I miss you. I wish you could be here tonight and we could talk. Charlie, I want to get married again. I thought you ought to know. It's been like 2 months. You knew about Elizabeth, but that was before I was really ready to love again. But now I am. If the right girl comes along, I will. And if I do, I'm not going to hold back because of you.
In the distance, a faint squeaky horn, encouraging him in his clowning.
He looks down at his giant clown shoes. And that's the way it has to be. And after we're all on the other side, then we'll work out things between the three of us. Anyway, I thought you should know.
Okay, whoa. Okay, so some unintentional symbolism going on. He's in this threesome, this like weird polycule.
And it's making
while he's craving a polycule. He wants in on that relationship. He's in love with a couple. It happens to the best of us. The first relatable thing I've read in this whole book. I think he's obviously trying to be submissive to John.
That's true.
If John started a cult, just got in his head that he's like interpreting things better than anyone, he's gonna go like super fundy, and Sam's gonna be right there being like, John's so smart and confident.
Yeah. Which is interesting for Sam. Like, I don't really like this character arc from him thinking John's an idiot to him thinking... But at the end of the day, Sam does what benefits Sam, and if it benefits Sam to be submissive to John...
Because now he has clown friends.
And now he's spent his whole life being submissive to this organization. It's like...
But things are really looking up for him.
Things are looking up for this clown.
Yeah.
A falling star flashed across the sky. Charlie, does that mean you approve or that you don't approve? I approve, a voice called out. I turned to face two young couples who had been watching me talk to the sky. They burst out laughing. It's a bit mean. I walked past them quickly, embarrassed. Charlie, are you out there? One of them mimicked. The others burst out laughing. The trouble... this is a little lesson from Jack. The trouble with people today... Anytime people start a sentence with the trouble with people today, I'm like, please, what is the trouble?
I pull up
Tell
my
us.
seat.
Tell us. Is that they have precious little respect for someone who talks to himself in the middle of the night. Yeah, that is sort of true. I mean, is there a parallel to Mormonism there? Is he saying, like, people don't respect Joseph Smith?
That's just really dumb. It's like we have precious little respect for people who shop at Trader Joe's on Tuesdays, like whatever thing he just happens to be doing. It's just like it's not really so much about talking about to yourself at night. It's like we have no respect for people who talk to themselves during the day either.
Yeah.
And we all do it.
And how much respect do you think Sam has for like the local homeless man muttering under his breath as he walks past him? Probably not that much.
Too much.
I returned to camp, changed Adam's diaper, and went to bed.
Oh, Adam was there the whole time.
Adam was there the whole time in the tent. He's going to have some abandonment issues.
He's going to run away with the circus.
Yep. Clown.
Get a load of this clown.
Okay, not really a whole lot to say. I guess the main point of that chapter is that Sam is ready to get married again. He wasn't before, but now 3 weeks later, he is.
And
something tells me that it's only going to be 2 paragraphs before he meets the next girl. Jack's going to be like, I spent that summer, blah, blah, blah. And then it's going to be like, boom.
Just clowning, improving my craft.
Yes, exactly.
Watching all the videos, reading up on the texts. Mm-hmm. Really catching up on the industry.
I hope he can find a woman who loves him for his clownness.
Oh my god, he grows up to be... Never mind.
What?
I was going to say John Wayne Gacy Jr., but it doesn't.
I don't know who that is.
Just a clown serial killer.
Mm-hmm. Would love for you guys to tell us the best and worst part of your week again in the comments. It's a fun way to bond. Feels like it's an efficient way to feel like kind of caught up on everyone's lives. Okay, the best part of my week was Jared making that lobster costume. And the worst part of my week is that the company I work for has been acquired by a $50 billion private equity firm and they're slashing our healthcare. So,
you heard it here
hence
first.
my gratitude for you all.
The best part of my week was Jared the lobster costume. And the worst part was probably... It's hard to, like, think of one, like, low point. Besides just, like...
The bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie impeding my life.